welcome to the Jonathan Ross Show. Let's have a look and see who's in my green room tonight. We have some great guests for you. Starting with the man who loves his fans as much as they love him, a consummate stage actor, arguably the definitive Hamlet of his generation, brilliant on the big and the small screen to some, including me. He will always be the Doctor. It is, of course, David Tennant, ladies and gentlemen. David Tennant. Hey, David. And that's some suit, and that's some suit. Thanks so much. You're lovely. Along with David, we have one of the best-known faces in the world, a homegrown supermodel, now taking the acting world by storm, earning rave reviews. It's the fabulous Agyness Deyna. We have music as well for you tonight from one of Britain's biggest male solo artists. He'll be performing a track from his great new album, Higher Than Here. It's already a hit. He is, of course, the fantastic Mr. James Morrison. Hey, James. You're looking good. You're looking rough and ready. And we have an exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. Well, some of you started straight away. Others are nervous, I see. Yes, we have an exclusive appearing for the first time on a talk show anywhere in the world outside of his native Portugal. We have a global sporting icon, a superstar footballer. Many would say he's the greatest footballer of all time. I think he might say that. And he has the Ballon d'Or to prove it, officially recognising him as the world's #1 player as we speak. It is Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo. That's if we have time tonight. We'll get to him if we have time. Before we get him out there, let's have a look at him in action. This is phenomenal.
Here's Cruz. First outlet is always going to be Cristiano Ronaldo! They're downing now. He is the all-time record scorer for Real Madrid.
Extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the greatest footballer on the planet, Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, just over there, just over there. Well. I think you have 1 or 2 fans in this evening. So nice to have you here. Why do you not do this kind of show more often? You must be asked an awful lot, I'm sure.
No time.
No time?
No time.
Just too busy?
Yeah, kind of. Many trainings, many games. We have to travel a lot. And basically, difficult. Yeah. Difficult. We don't have a lot of time.
But it must be a nice feeling to be here and knowing these people are going crazy for you and people at home are excited about seeing you. That must be quite a good feeling.
Well, it's an unbelievable feeling. I was here in England for 6 years. Yeah. And I respect English people a lot because they are very polite and they respect... Serious.
That felt like a warning.
No, but it's true. The timing that I spent here, the people treat me unbelievable. I'm never going to forget that. So this is why I say, and I'm going to repeat, English people, they are polite for me because they respect.
Yeah. That's nice to hear. And I think we're proud of that as well. We are proud of it in country. So let's talk about the Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or is FIFA's kind of idea of who is the best overall footballer this last year.
Yeah.
You have won it 3 times. Lionel Messi has won it 4 times. So you hold that at the moment. And we're coming up in January, I think. They will announce who has it for
January,
next year.
yeah.
And obviously you would like it to be you.
We'll be in.
You know what? If I had have known Sepp Blatter was coming, I would have keeping that. So, what are your estimation of how it might go, and what are your feelings about the result either way?
To be honest, I think you're going to win. Messi going to win this year.
Yeah, but you know, it's FIFA. They're just... you know what I'm saying? How do you get on with Lionel Messi now? I heard you say that you're a little bit closer, you're a bit more relaxed together. You used to see him just as a rival, now you see him more as a human being.
I don't have rivals. I don't have. We have a normal relationship. We share this stage there in FIFA 8 years.
Yeah.
No one's did that in the past. It's only us. Yeah. So it's good. I have a good relationship with him. He play for one club, I play for another club. He want the best for him, I want the best for me. So it's normal. We have a good relationship. You know, we are not home friends, but you know, we respect each other.
That looks like a very good relationship, right? What is he wearing? Well, let me talk. There's so many questions to ask you, but let me talk about your time here with Manchester United then. How old were you when you came over to join Manchester United? You were just 18?
18, yeah.
18 years old. And you'd already left home at 12, I think, to go to Lisbon, so you were used to living away from home. But coming here and meeting British people and having to work with Sir Alex Ferguson, that must have been quite a shock in some ways, I imagine?
Not really. It was the key why I'm moving here to England. Because I remember I had a conversation with him when we play Sporting against Manchester, and we had a quick chat, and he told me, listen, I'm interested in you. I want that you join us in Manchester. It was the key. So it's unbelievable person. He treat me very good. He's, as I say many times, he's like a father for me in football. So I have to appreciate what he did for me. I passed 6 years in Manchester, very good. I win many titles in terms of collective and individual. It was unbelievable timing for me here in England.
Well, your English now is very good.
Well, I try my best.
Yeah? And this isn't me just being polite. It is very good. But when you first came, I guess it wasn't as good. And certainly, I have spoken it all my life, but I find it hard to understand Alex Ferguson sometimes. So that must have been difficult for you at first.
But I still don't understand him. Yeah, right. Because in the beginning, I had to translate, a Brazilian man.
So you had to translate that
Of course.
What, for all British people or just for Alex Ferguson?
Well, basically, only for him.
Yeah. What things do you remember then? What things did he help you with? Which things did he teach you about to become a better footballer or a better person?
Well, it teach me in both ways. And in terms of personal stuff, I just have to say thank you for what he did for me. Especially when I remember the thing that I have more in my memory is the time when my father was sick in hospital. And we had a tough moment of the season because we had important games in the Champions League, in the league. And I say, coach, I need to go to see my daddy. And I was a key player. I was a very important player. Yeah. And he said, listen, your family is the most important that you have in your life. If you want to go 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, you can go. These moments is what I keep for me because it was the most important moments in my life. And he shared with me. This is why I respect him. And for me, is the best coach I ever had.
You know, you said earlier, he was like, you've said this before, he was like your father in the world of football. And there you just mentioned your biological father, who died in 2005, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of us, I'm not that close with my father, but I have a couple of memories from when I was young that I remember very fondly, which are quite special to me. Do you have memories when you were young of you with him that you treasure above the other memories?
Yes, I have unbelievable memories. When I started to play football, my father was so proud of me because, you know, he was a kit man of a football club. And a few goals, I scored goals, and next day I come in the paper like a small part, and he was so proud. He put it in newspaper and he showed his old friends in a neighborhood. It's unbelievable memories that I have, and it's great. I just have his memories in my mind of my father, of these small moments.
You talk about that in the film. Why do the film? Who came to you with the film? How did the film Ronaldo happen? And what was it that made you want to do it? What did you want to share? What message did you want to send out?
Well, basically, when the Universal coming to me and to my team, say, listen, I'm interested to do a documentary about you. It was like, in the beginning, I'm in shock. I say, a movie about me?
You thought, why me? Why not Lionel Messi? Yeah.
I understand him because they're looking for the best player in the world. So it's kind of...
Well, I will give you that for that. There you go.
And I think at the end of the day, the last result, it's good. I'm not showing something fake. It's me. The people who really know me, my friends and my family, they're not going to surprise. But I did the movie for my fans. As you know, the guy who have more followers, it's me. Not by coincidence. It's because people like me.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, you can't say that often enough about yourself, of course.
But it's true.
Yeah.
So I did.
No, it is true. I know it's true.
So I did for them, for my fans, especially because they're always with me in the great moments and in the bad moments too. So I did for them.
But let's show a clip. This is the film Ronaldo. It's available. You can watch on DVD and you can stream it and do all that kind of stuff, all the modern stuff here. But this is it, Ronaldo.
He was so much better than everybody.
The astonishing Cristiano Ronaldo.
Who's the best player in the world? Me. Until January.
Winning, that's the most important to me. It's as simple as that.
I have what I have because I sacrifice a lot.
Tudo o que eu tenho, devo àquele filho.
Some people hate me, some people love me. Fui feito para ser o melhor. Faz parte da minha maneira de viver a vida.
Você guarda-redes, pai, ok?
Guarda-redes, estás a brincar?
Okay. Well, there are some very intimate moments there, and you see Ronaldo with his son there. It's a very funny moment there where he says, is he serious that he wants to be a goalkeeper, do you know?
Yes.
And this is...
Gonna be a huge problem for me.
Okay, yeah. What are you going to do about that?
But it changes mind every second, you know, kids.
How old is he now?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, 5. And it changes mind all the time, but you're gonna be whatever you want. Yeah. I don't make pressure because my fathers and my mom never make a pressure to me, so I'm not gonna do this to my son.
Well, also I noticed this. Now I don't know. Have you seen Wayne Rooney's little boy, who seems like a lovely little boy? Mm-hmm. He went out to play recently, and he had a tattoo on his arm. Not an actual tattoo, I don't think. I think it was a transfer, but who knows with the Rooneys. So have a look at this. Okay, so you see what was on his arm there. There you go. Now, if your little boy came home with Rooney on his arm, would that be cool? Would that be okay?
No problem.
Okay?
Yes, no problem.
What about if you had Messi on his arm?
No problem.
Okay.
Same. If you will do that, it's because he's smart. He knows he's good players.
That's fair enough. That's a good point. He is. Yeah, that's a lovely answer. Well, we'll talk about this a little bit more, but your mother, obviously, is a hugely important part of your life. She figures quite heavily in the movie. She's a passionate supporter of you, and obviously she loves her whole family. You can see that. But one thing that amazed me is that she says in the film, and you're there, that you were an unwanted child. She didn't want to keep you. Mm-hmm. Now, that must be a shocking thing. The first time you hear that, that must be...
No. Normal.
But for you to hear that, I know it happens a lot.
Don't change nothing in my mind. Nothing.
You see in the film how stressed she gets. She's very involved in your career. And when she sees you playing, I mean, it's almost too much for her sometimes.
Too much.
Yeah, and she takes tranquilizers to help her get through this. How does that affect you, though, knowing you're playing, but knowing she is going through that as well? Does that ever figure in your mind during a match, or...?
No, I just make a rule. Big games, you know, she cannot watch. It's true.
Yeah.
I don't take her to my box, or I put it someone in home to go walk with her when game starts.
Until it's over?
It's the solution.
And how important is she to you now? For example, if you had a friend who didn't show love to your mother, respect to your mother, how long would they stay a friend for?
They're never going to be with me, next to me, because I have a security and make him sleep, so...
So don't mess with mama. Yeah. That's what we're saying. Okay. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, I'll be chatting some more with Cristiano, so don't go away. Okay, welcome back to the Jonathan Ross Show. Cristiano is still here. So let me ask you, and this, once again, this is touched upon in the film, of course. You have never revealed, and I don't think you ever intend to reveal or share, the identity of the mother of your son, okay, Cristiano's mother. And the thing that occurred to me while watching the film was your mother is so central and important to your life. But he does not have that relationship with his mother. Mm-hmm. Surely that must concern you.
For me, it's not a problem. How you see in the world, many kids don't have mom, don't have dads, or dads die, or moms die, and they beat him up. Cristiano have a dad, unbelievable dad. I have grandfather, grandmother. I have support of my family.
Yeah.
Great. Of course, it will be like, why it don't happen? Listen, some points in the life, it's private. And people have to respect the privacy of the people, you know? When Cristiano gonna grow up, I'm always gonna say the truth to him because he deserves, because he's my son. But I'm not gonna say because people want me to say.
Yeah. You don't owe the world an explanation, exactly. But you obviously feel that you would owe him the truth and be happy to... What age do you think... I mean, presumably he asks already, but when will you share with him?
I'm not worried about that. He's gonna understand his daddy. Yeah. He's gonna understand. I'm sure 100%. 100%. He's gonna understand me. I'm gonna say the time when I feel that is the right time. I don't know, 10, 11, 12, I don't know. Let's see.
You know, your son, the life he has, in many ways, but not in all ways, but in many ways, could not be more different from the life you had at his age. When you were 5 years old, you were on Madeira, is that right?
Yes.
Madeira. Small island, Portuguese island. I guess, how many cars did your father have when you were 5?
Yeah, small cars, yeah, many.
Okay.
No.
Toys, but did he have an actual car?
No.
He didn't even have a car?
No.
How many cars do you have right now?
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's a big difference.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good honesty. Because there's a funny scene in the movie where you pick your son up from school in a Rolls Royce, of course, and you get him home and say, come and see which one's missing, which one's missing. And he's going, I don't know, is it the Porsche? Goes, no, look. You did it. And then he goes, Lamborghini. He went, yes, why didn't you want to see the Lambo? It's like, he's 5, and he has to know which car's missing. So my question is, do you ever worry about that? Do you ever worry about what your life will give him growing up that you didn't have? Because obviously, although you had, from the outside for many people, you had a tough life, and you didn't have those comforts, but he has maybe too many. He has maybe too much available. How do you approach that?
It's not easy. Not going to be easy. But for me, in my mind, the way I'm thinking, it's all about education. If you will give good education, it will be strong. You will know, and you will know appreciate the things. I cannot avoid to show him a good car, a good houses, a good quality of life. You cannot avoid, you know.
Yeah, because you have that, of
exactly,
course, and you have earned
exactly.
that, yeah.
I cannot avoid. What I have to do it. If you will be in my shoes, what you're going to do? It's all about education. You have to give good education and to pass to him, listen, to win this, daddy, work hard, you know, to have this house, to have this car. I cannot do anything more.
Here's another little clip. I want to show you this. It's lovely because I think the thing that I took away from the film as much as anything else was the closeness and the love you have for him and he has for you. And it's a very sweet and very special relationship. This is Cristiano with his son in the film.
5, 6, 7.
Já tá. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Já tá. Sai. Olha, ficou empate o jogo. Ganhaste tu e ganhei eu. Fazemos o resto à tarde, tá bem? Dá um abraço, minha querida Ana. Dá um abraço.
That's really lovely. You know, that's lovely. If you could do that with him when he's 20 on your back, then I'd be impressed. Okay? That's real training. That's what Rooney does. What about other aspects of your personal life? What about, is there a special someone in your life right now?
A few.
Honesty. Okay. And of the few specials...
I have to figure out.
Yeah, which is that, and you'll figure it out. Okay, do they know they're competing?
Some ones know, yeah.
Okay. You must be exhausted. But do you have is it hard meeting people? I don't, obviously, you're, may I say this, you're a very beautiful man.
Well. Normal.
No, this is normal. It's slightly below normal in actual fact. But no, you're an attractive man. But I wonder, with the attention and with the focus on your life and with the interest from the press and so on, is it tough for you to make that first move, to trust someone the first time?
Well, it's not easy, of course. Not to speak serious, it's not easy. I know 50% they approach just for interesting. It's normal, not just me, but all the people who are famous, they have this kind of problems. But in another way, I think I'm a confidence guy. I'm told, I have all teeth, so I have a nice body.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes the other 50%, it's because, you know.
Because they like you.
Yes, I think so.
You're a good-looking piece of meat.
Yeah.
I think that's right. There, look at that.
Not bad, eh?
You know, I don't want to be like Alex Ferguson, but my advice would be let someone else say that first. That's you doing the Hulk, isn't it? Is that your kind of Hulk celebration thing?
It was in a Champions League final.
I love the fact you're just enjoying that photograph. OK, let me ask you about what's going on in the future for you, because any professional sportsman at your level of the game, obviously you have a limited career as a player. You're still going strong. What do you have in mind for the future? What are you thinking of for the future? Is coaching an option?
No, I don't think so. No passions to be coach. Maybe I wanna carry on with my brands, with my shoes, with my underwear, with my shirts.
You're into the fashion in a big way, aren't you?
Yeah. I like it with my shoes. You know, I have many brands, and I want that still. I want to still grow with my brand. So. That's
you in the CR7 pants, of course.
Yeah.
It's weird because they look different on me. I mean, could you maybe just do one of the slightly more elasticated waistbands? Who do you like watching from the world of football? What about English footballers? Who do you enjoy watching play in the British teams right now?
Well, I'm a huge supporter of Manchester United. Yes.
Would you ever come back to Manchester United?
As I say many times, I'm very comfortable in Real Madrid now. I feel happy.
Well, that's kind of where you always wanted to be, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course. But as people know, I like Manchester United. I love that club. But future, nobody knows. But right now, I feel good and I feel happy in Real Madrid.
When you start moving on from this level of your career, would you go and play in an LA team? Would you go and play in a team elsewhere? That kind of...
In my mind, I want to finish in the top level. I want to finish with dignity. So good, you know, in a good club.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that to go USA or Qatar or Dubai, it's not good, but I don't see myself.
You wouldn't want that for you?
No.
Okay. Look, it's lovely having you here. Cristiano's going to stay around for the rest of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Will you join me in saying thank you to her? And I'm just so excited and thrilled that he came on the show. Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo! And we'll stay together. After the break, we'll be joined by David Tennant, so don't go away. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still here with Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo, but let's get my next guest out. He's got it all. He's handsome, he's charismatic, he's a fabulously gifted actor. He made me believe he was Hamlet. He made me believe he was Doctor Who. He even made me believe he was with Virgin Broadband. It is, of course, Mr. David Tennant. David Tennant, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, come on. Some fool you're learning. Come on, say hello to Cristiano. Holy moly, look at that. Look at that is... I'm far be it for me to comment on someone else's clothes, but wow, that's a suit and a half
I
right there.
always dress up for you, Jonathan.
You do? Cristiano, what do you think of this suit?
Unbelievable.
You know
In a good way or a bad way?
A good way, of
Oh,
course.
thank you.
Let's talk about Doctor Who. Do you miss playing the Doctor?
Well, it was a lovely time.
Yeah.
And a time that I think on very fondly. But, you know, you have your time, you move on. But it'll always be with me.
How many years in total was that in your life?
About 4 and a bit.
And you went back recently, you did an audio recording with Catherine, didn't you? So I guess
With
you can
Catherine,
still dip in and out.
Yeah, it never goes away.
Yeah.
No, the first line of the obituary, I suspect, has been written.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fine. I'm very proud of it, yeah.
Everyone's favourite Doctor, that's what it will say.
Yeah.
I think it will. I love Matt Smith, I love Peter Capaldi, I love some of the older guys, but I don't think I was ever... When David regenerates, when we said goodbye to David's Doctor, who cried in this room? How many of you cried? Not that many. OK, well, I cried enough for all of you.
You can tickle that up in the edit, right?
Yeah, we'll have that. Now, do your kids enjoy... Now they're getting older. You have Ty, who's 13, and then you have... it's Olive's 4, and Wilfred is 2?
Yeah.
Can they watch it? Yeah, I guess Ty can, but...
Ty
the
grew
other
up with
ones
it,
can?
but the younger two have just got into it, yeah. And I did not force this upon them. But my wife and I met on Doctor Who, and they saw a picture, they got wind of that, so they wanted to see it, and they watched the episode we met on. And then they developed this kind of passion for it. So it's now on in our house all the time, which is embarrassing when people come round, because it looks like there's a kind of moving shrine to myself in the corner of the living room at all times, and they've got kind of obsessed with it, and they run around with sonic screwdrivers, and they don't really understand. They think it's a show which ran from 2005 to 2010, which is fine. They don't really understand there's you know, a bigger history to the show, but then the other day, Olive watched my last one. Yeah. And I thought, this is fine. I wasn't really thinking about it. And she watched the bit, and it gets quite sad towards the end. Yeah. And she was rapt, so I wasn't really paying any attention to how she was reacting to it. And then she got really upset. Really upset. You know, quite moved. Which, of course, part of me was thinking, oh, you know, doesn't want to see her daddy moving on. That's, you know, a little bit. 4 hours later, she was still crying. Wow. At which point it felt like bad parenting, I have to be honest.
Wait till she gets to Broadchurch. You're going to be huge. That's going to be weeks.
Yeah. Now, of course, yesterday, she's found Matt Smith, and he's her favourite. So, they're fickle.
But Cristiano, I asked him, because Cristiano, you don't watch many films, you don't watch much TV, but you told me you'd heard of Doctor Who. Mm-hmm. Have you seen David as Doctor Who?
No.
OK. Well, if you don't watch the TV, you're going to miss out from David's new show, because I've had a preview link to a new series David has coming on Netflix called Jessica Jones. It's from Marvel Comics Studios, and it's kind of a superhero, but kind of more real world, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah. Jessica Jones has given up being a superhero. At the start of the story, she's retired because the superhero life didn't work out for her, and she's become a sort of down-at-heel private eye instead.
Now, David plays a terrible, awful, horrible villain, don't you?
How dare you?
Yeah. He's called Kilgrave.
Yeah.
And tell them what his power is.
He can compel you to do whatever he wants you to do.
So he tells you something, he'll say, you would like to kiss me, and you go, I would like to kiss you.
Yeah.
It's a bit like being Cristiano Ronaldo, but he uses it for mainly, it's not good, the way he turns this power on people, is it?
Well, he's not... I mean, he's not your traditional supervillain. He's not trying to take over the world or fire a nuclear weapon or, you know, he's just trying to have a nice time.
But what a great part to play, I imagine, because
it's lovely, yeah.
He's charming and yet he's evil.
Yeah, he's... but if you had that power, could you say that you would be... You know, you would maintain the moral high ground? I'm not sure.
I might not. OK, let's have a look at the clip. It starts on Friday. It's on Netflix, so you can... I guess you can binge watch it, which is what people do.
I think it premieres at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So you can start at 8 a.m. and by tea time you've watched the whole lot.
Well, I've watched the first 5. I watched them and I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to getting back to those. So would you like to see this series? Well, you could come to my place. We could Netflix and chill. OK. That's a date. OK, this is... here you go. This is Jessica Jones.
Man knows how to live. Tell you what, let's take a walk on the wild side. Let's have everybody go all in. Let her ride. Now it's getting interesting. Best estimate, where's the pot right now?
Just over $1 million.
Yeah, I should do it. Let's make it really crazy. Everybody fold. Oh, I guess that makes me the winner. And me with a deuce and a 7.
I'm like... It's, honestly, you know, I do love comic books anyway, but I love this show. It's so much fun. And the woman playing the Jessica Jones, the lead character, she was in Breaking Bad. You remember from that?
Kristen Ritter, there she is.
Now, the comic books, when you first appeared, back in the day, that character appeared in the early 60s, he was purple. This is what he looked like.
There he is.
He was wearing purple, his hair was purple, his face was purple.
Yeah.
Now, why have they not gone the purple route now?
I think there are certain things that in the journey from the two-dimensional comic book page to the live-action world don't necessarily translate particularly well. I think if I turned up bright purple in the face, it might be...
Because wearing a purple suit in public can look ridiculous anyway. You could, you know... It can be too much, can't it, Cristiano? So, home life, of course. You mentioned that we have Ty, who's 13.
Yeah.
There's Olive, who's 4.
Yeah.
Wilfred is 2 lovely names. You came on the show and it was just before, I think, Wilfred
just before
was
he
born.
was, yeah.
And I think you have another change in your life right now.
We've just had another one, yeah. We've just had another one.
We've just had a baby.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even know. I don't think no one knew about it.
We're quite pleased. We managed to stay under the radar, I think. It's just how we like to do it on the whole, but yeah.
So you kept this completely quiet?
Yeah.
So apart from me and Cristiano now, no one else knows?
That's it.
OK, so we'll keep it quiet,
yeah.
OK? It's a little girl, yeah?
It is.
How lovely. Yes. And presumably, though, is this it for the family?
I think probably. We'll see, you know.
Wow, so you're not saying no?
No. I'm just, you know, I don't want to get caught out, but no.
Yeah, I see what you mean. If another one comes along, it'd be bad if there was footage saying this is we definitely want no more.
Yeah, I think we're a very happy family, I think, yes.
That's nice. Would you like any more children?
Yes. A few more.
How many are you planning?
I want 3, 4 more.
I thought maybe you had a list. I thought you were... OK, what's life at home like, apart from the many, many children now? You have a... Is this right? You have a cockapoo?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
You have a cockapoo. Do you know what a cockapoo is? No. A cockapoo is a breed dog. It's a cocker spaniel crossed with a poodle.
Crossed with a poodle.
Do we have a picture of a cockapoo? Do you have a picture of your cockapoo?
No.
Okay.
Do you?
Have we got any cockapoo? Just put a dog up. We'll get... Put a dog up. It's a dog, isn't it? So, how well behaved is the cockapoo?
She's very lovely. She has a lovely temperament about her, but she gets very overexcited. I mean, she's tiny. I think she might even be a toy cockapoo.
Wow.
I don't really know. It's quite a small little thing. She's about that big. More of a hand towel than a creature. Little fluffy thing. Very excitable. And gets so excited when anyone comes in that she will if you touch her, she'll piss on your shoes.
We had a dog that used to do a sort of stress wee and excitement wee.
I'm so glad to see you. It's just cannot contain herself. And we thought she'd grow out of it, but it's still happening. You have to ignore her for a full 10 minutes or she'll piss on your shoes.
And then it calms down.
But she's quite cute, so people... if you take her out for a walk, people want to stroke her, she's quite cute. And as they're going down, you go, she's going to piss in your shoes! You can't get it out quick enough.
Well, no, she can, obviously.
Yeah, but people are weirdly accepting of it.
Yeah.
So they'll go down, she'll piss all over them. You go, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just because she's cute. I mean, I don't... You wouldn't accept Brad Pitt pissing in your shoes, but somehow the cuteness of a dog is acceptable.
Have you got any pets?
Yeah.
What have you got?
Labrador and Yorkshire.
Would you like a cockapoo?
Not with those shoes, they'd be ruined.
No, not with the shoes.
Is it one of your shoes?
Yes.
I'm an 11.
I'm a 9.
I will send you to you.
Will you send me a pair? Because David would
11?
like a pair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a 9, but send
9,
2 11s, because that way he's got something to grow into. You know we're going to bring our next guest out, but I want to just say again, and I mean this genuinely, I've been watching Jessica Jones, loving every second of it. Opens Netflix on Friday. And, you know, David, I'm going to say something. I hope you don't feel this is too gushy, but I know when you're in something, I know I'm going to enjoy it. Because you are just one of the best. In Broadchurch, he was exceptional, wasn't he, ladies and gentlemen? And just a difficult performance, so beautifully done. You're my favourite Doctor, you're my favourite Hamlet. And I haven't even got many other Hamlets. But it's great to see you back on screen. It's great to see you in a Marvel production. David Tennant, ladies and gentlemen. After the break, these guys will still be here and we'll be joined by the fabulous Agyness Dean, so don't go away. Welcome back to the Jonathan Ross Show. Cristiano's still here, David Tennant's still here. Let's get my next guest out. She was the supermodel on the front page of every Star magazine, the face that launched 1,000 fashion campaigns, and now she's an in-demand actress making critically acclaimed movies, and she is terrific in them. It is Agyness Dein, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you doing?
Sit yourself down, get relaxed. That's a good-looking couch right there, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? So, Agyness, are you a football fan? Do you know much about football? Did you know about Cristiano?
Yeah, well, I'm from Manchester, aren't I? So,
of course.
So I kind of have to be. Well, my family, like, well, especially the men, force it down you.
Did you go and see any of the matches?
No, I only went to see Burnley Football Club.
Burnley Football Club?
Yeah, but I only went to 3 matches in my life because on 2 games I got hit by the ball.
And she wasn't playing? I don't think you were playing, were you?
No, and I wasn't a streaker.
Wow.
Like, I literally was sat behind the net, and the first time I got hit, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, God, and I lifted my leg up and it hit me right on the arse. That was really painful. And then the second time, I just couldn't believe that it was happening again, and did the same thing.
On the same area?
Yeah, because I was, like, trying to get away from it.
Where were you? In goal? Where were you at the time?
Just behind the net.
So,
obviously, they weren't getting it in.
Yeah. OK. I don't think that was a euphemism. I think that was an actual football thing going on there. So last time I interviewed you, you were riding high in the world of modelling. You were enjoying being a model, I think. You had a huge success. And then shortly after that, you started acting. And I guess because modelling, some models do go on. There are very, very few, though, who can have a career which lasts, say, like 40, 50 years. It's very unusual. So it's a bit like being a sports person in a way, I guess, whereas in acting, you can age. You are allowed to age.
I hope so.
Yeah. So I guess it was that part of the reason? Was it because you wanted a longer career, or was it just more fulfilling?
I'd modelled for 12 years. Like, I'd definitely done my dues, like, worked hard. And I suppose with any job, you just kind of think, like, oh, I'll just go on to the next thing. I'll go to a new company or I'll get promoted or whatever. And I think that was a way of growing for me. And starting doing it, I just fell in love with the whole process and how you kind of change. Don't you change when you play a role? Like, I always feel like I'm a different person by the end of it.
I suppose so, yeah. I find it hard to be objective about it, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's for those around you to judge whether you're coming home as a psychopath or whatever.
Cristiano, would you like to act? Because some footballers make it into the world of acting. I know Beckham's dabbling in that field a little bit.
Maybe. I want to learn better English, which is I have to.
Well,
you know, to be actor, you have to speak good English.
Well, you could play a Portuguese Bond villain. So it's kind of like welcomed you with open arms, hasn't it, the world of acting? I mean, the new film Sunset Song, which is out on the 4th of December, and it's just, you'll see a clip in a minute, just exquisite to look at, but quite kind of a tough drama in actual fact.
Yeah, I love a drama. Yeah, she's great. It's about a young woman, it spans from she's 14 at the beginning all the way through to like 21, so not that much time, and so much happens. And for me as a young woman, I always find watching films, drama about women's really inspiring.
OK, so let's have a look. This is Sunset Song. It's a very lovely film with a remarkable performance from Agyness in the lead role. Have a look at this.
Best of luck to us!
I only pray you don't come to disaster.
Ill blood breeds ill.
There's a war with Germany!
If we don't volunteer, they'll make us go anyway. They're saying you're cowards.
It's a lie. They don't take folk who farm their own land.
When the time comes, there's no one can stand and help you.
He's enlisted, gone to fight.
I know what I want from you.
I am not frightened of you! There are lovely things in the world. Lovely that do not endure. And the lovelier for that.
That's Sunset Song. It's December the 4th. There's a scene in there, there's a labour scene where the young character is having a baby.
Yeah.
Of course, and you haven't had any children yet, I believe.
No, not yet.
So to do a scene like that, do you speak to friends, do you speak to family, or do you just wing it? How do you recreate that?
I spoke to my mum. I remember the night before we were shooting that, and I was kind of like, oh, God. Like, you look at the schedule, and I was like, oh, my God, that's tomorrow? I didn't realise. So I was, like, on the phone to Mum. I was like, you have to walk me through what it was like giving birth to me. So it was really interesting. Like, she walked me through the whole thing.
Did it put you off the idea of actual childbirth?
No, I'm really excited, actually, to experience it, I think.
So it seemed quite easy at the time. You know, it's a bit harder in real life, though, as I understand it, not having given birth myself. So you've said goodbye to modelling for good now, though, or would you go back? I mean, if someone who you loved working for in the past, I know you've just done something at the Paris fashion show.
Yeah, I did the Saint Laurent show. It was really good. It was nice to drop in and just kind of do it with no pressure or anything.
So when was the last time you did catwalk out there?
Oh, a long time ago. Like, over 5 years ago.
And do you ever teach the younger girls how to do it?
No. I mean, I was terrible. I'd, like, fall over. I think I fell over the most. I would lose shoes.
Yeah.
There was one show I fell over 3 times in one walk down.
That's not
good.
good.
The shoes, yeah.
Were you drunk, or were you just...
No, it was the shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Burberry shoes.
Blame the
Yeah.
shoes. You want to get a pair of those shoes? Cristiano's sending us all a pair.
I know, I'm size 6.
She's a size 11. Next to you, man. You know, I don't know if you have. I don't know if David has either. Have you ever had... is there a waxwork of you?
No,
Is there a
I
wax
don't
of you,
think so.
David?
No.
Do you know, there was going to be a waxwork of me.
But what happened?
I was very overexcited about it. And that year, Madame Tussauds cut their budget and I got cut.
Oh!
Believe that?
That's great, because I know that's a painful experience.
Isn't it?
I don't think you're fully over that yet.
I am not.
Okay. Because I know, Cristiano, there's a waxwork of you, at least one. I think you have one in your own museum, is that right?
Yeah.
So you look a bit like Dr. Spock there. So that's pretty good, but it's not one of David. Here's one, there's a couple of bad ones out there. Have a look at some of these, are some other footballers. See if you can recognise any of these. You got any idea who that is?
Frank Skinner?
It's of course, it's Gary Lineker.
Yeah.
Right? So we've got another one. OK, be careful what you say here, Cristiano, but who do you think that is?
Rooney, no?
Yeah. That's Rooney in his Oompa Loompa phase. Oh, we've got one more here. Oh, no. Yeah, that was a year. They didn't have enough money, Madame Tussauds, but they said, you're so special, we're going to make it anyway. OK, Agyness, I'm so looking forward to seeing you in your next film and the film like that, because I really think you found a home for yourself there. It's really lovely to see someone trying something new like that and actually really succeeding in it. So,
well, thank you.
The film, as I said, is called Sunset Song. It's out 4th December, and it's a moving film. It's an emotional film. It's not, you know, it's not a throwaway thing, but it's a great experience, I think. Lovely to have you here. Agyness Dean, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's lovely, thank you. Of course, Mr. David Tennant and Cristiano Ronaldo. Next week here on the show, we've got the biggest boy band in the world are back on. One Direction will be here, and we'll be joined by the biggest comedian in the country, Michael McIntyre, so you won't want to miss that. But now, performing Stay Like This, it is the one and only Mr. James Morrison.
It doesn't even take 1 minute to tear each other down. Pushing too far, too hard. I try my best to hurt you every day, just to feel something now. Pushing too far, too hard. When did I get a grateful for your love? When did I start believing we still could? It's right or wrong, who gets the blame? When you hold me, all of that just falls away. Can't we just stay like this? So real, so close. Does anything have to change? I still trust all those years gone by. Inside, I know there's nothing that I miss if we just stay like this. Now we're right back at the start, now it's finished. But this time I do you pride. Like the first time, and every step I ever tried to take will lead me to your side. I love your life. No, I don't deserve it. When did I get ungrateful for your love? When did I start believing we still could? It's right or wrong, who gets the blame? When you hold me, all of that just falls away. Like nothing's changed, and our love's still safe. Can we just stay like this? So real, so close. Does anything have to change? I still trust all the years gone by. Inside, I know there's nothing that I miss if we just stay like this. Ooh, right here, right now, like this. No, we shouldn't give up, no, 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 no. Stay like this, so real, so close. Does anything have to change? I still trust all the years gone by. Inside, I know there's nothing that I miss if we just stay like this.
James Morrison, ladies and gentlemen.
And next Saturday at 10:40 on the Jonathan Ross sofa, the biggest boy band in the world, One Direction. And you can see them return to their roots tomorrow at 8 with a live performance on the X Factor ahead of the results. Bush Tucker is back, but will Kiosk Keith be? The wait is nearly over. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is tomorrow at 9. Next Euro 2016 playoff highlights.